Hate Lala TV. Like, not her as a person, but her content, her thing that whatever the fuck she's got going on. I don't like. Call me a fucking hater, but I've always been a hater of people who fake or script content, even if those moments were per se real and they happened off camera, then you're just like, let's recreate this moment. I find that so incredibly cringy. I think that I have seen content, of course, like that, and I have laughed at it. I'm not saying I've never seen a video I have not laughed at that was scripted, but I am saying there's definitely in my mind a stigma around it, and I don't like the inauthenticity that is in a lot of this content. And like, it's one thing in my mind to create content that is strictly satire, but I feel like it's important to note that it's satire. And I do understand, because if you do something for so long, that's like me just talking shit on this channel. That's like me having to start every video like, I'm just talking shit, by the way, like, if you've been here, you know. And I do say that throughout my content, because it does get annoying having to constantly repeat what you're doing, because there are new people all the time that trickle into channels, and they don't get the vibe, they don't get the aesthetic, they don't get the creator or the content that's truly produced on that channel. They just see the one thing, and that's the vibe that they have to base it off of. So, but even if it is satire, say, like, I just, it's annoying to me. And I feel like it gets to a point where it's like, okay, even if it is satire, how far are we really going to be going with it? And what frustrates me with Lala TV is, yes, she has admitted that her content is satire, and she has admitted in the past that she does over-dramatize a lot of the things that happen. And I do think that it is understandable, you know, different creators' demographics, to see certain comments. You understand it is coming from a younger audience, and even some people who are older who just are understanding of it being satire, and they're just there for the satire content. But there are a lot of younger people who just truly can't tell the difference.
I'm gonna make coffee. Oh, yeah. That's a bomb.
Now, this isn't really a nitpick, this is just one of those moments that's annoying to me, because why are you going in your mom's room as a fully grown kid and finding an object? You're just like, oh, I have questions about this, and you're running with it to take to a sibling, like, what the fuck is this? And it's a pregnancy test, and, like, that boy's grown enough to know what it is, you know? And, yeah, before we truly get into it, I want to be clear, this isn't going to be a huge deep dive on Lala TV. I'm not going to be going over every one of her controversies or things that she's been called out for. I just want to talk about the little things that annoy the fuck out of me. So, just before we get into it, I think one of the biggest controversies that I do remember her being tied to is the fact that she said her dad was cheating on her mom. Did a whole series of videos trying to expose this, even going as far to follow, allegedly, her dad into town and film him walking with somebody and say, oh, he's cheating. And it was just this weird series. It was just a weird series. Hear me out, this is a 2-year-old controversy, but this is one of the ones that kind of put her more on the map with a larger audience than she would have naturally received, because she does have, like I said, a set demographic with a younger audience. But whenever this controversy happened, a lot more people started to get and pay more attention strictly to her channel based off of this controversy, and started looking into all of her other satire content. But somebody had said, just when we thought Lala Sadiq could not sink any further into her lies, and started talking about this fake cheating drama, she decides to create a novel on her dad having an affair, leading to her parents splitting storyline. Now, her lies were bad enough with fake BFs, but she reached a new low by bringing her own parents into this and pulling these stunts straight up to convey her life is oh so dramatic with now her parents are splitting up. The fact that this girl would do anything for clout for her dying music career is such a shame. If she goes down this path long enough, she'll lose her credibility big time. This will only harm or hurt her image further. Honestly, I doubt even mentally she's doing okay, like who lies about her parents splitting up? The fact that her brothers and parents are in on this too, I guess they do anything for clout, fame, and money too. Gross. Now, somebody had commented on this and said under that, no, honestly, I was just searching for this on Reddit. She's absolutely insufferable. For real though, the fake stories, pretend crying, acting like her life is so hard, and trying to feed this narrative of boohoo me. Bro, she is one of the most privileged people on that app. I mean, you only need to look at her kitchen to notice that. She has her own car, owns about 1,000 purses, 1,000 perfumes, 10,000 pairs of jeans, which she makes her entire personality. In one of her latest videos, she bought her mom a $2,500 purse and then tried to make herself look like the good person by paying for the gifts her little brother was supposed to buy. Her whole vibe is honestly just creepy. And the way her family plays into it too is really gross. I have no words for her latest dad cheating on mom stunt. That's just sick. This person continued and then said, I think there's something wrong with her. And don't get me started on the videos where she does her makeup stories about someone getting bullied and then she just happens to be the good Samaritan who solves everything. The cringe is so bad. Rant over. And look, honestly, it is really weird, but if you're looking at this from just a standpoint of this woman is just creating satire content, that's all it is skits. It's not that weird, right? Like, yeah, storylines, pretty bizarre. They're very over-dramatic. It's very oversaturated. But it's not too bad because you're looking at it like, okay, it's just a skit. It's just satire. It's supposed to be that way. And guys, hear me out because you guys are probably thinking I'm just making a big deal on the fact, like, I'm not going in on her for no reason because, like I said, this is just satire content. Years ago on her channel, right here, my boyfriend dumped me and cheated, acting episode 1. She's been very open about the fact that she is an actress on her channel. They are skits, but it just gets a little bit weird and bizarre when you're addressing dramas and controversies linked to these skits that you are creating, but try to make it real. Yeah, so she did this whole like dramatic series where she found out she was adopted or found out she might not be related to her family, so she acted really weird around them and clipped all these moments and grabbed her little suitcase and was like heading out that door. She's like, bitch, bye, like I'm getting the out of here. Gets to New York and she's like, you know what, actually I'm here now and like I don't know what to do with myself and I'm scared, I'm alone. Mind you, this was her like 10 hours prior.
I cannot stay in this house for one more second because apparently my whole life was a lie. I just booked my flight all the way to the East Coast.
Man, please just stay where you are. It is not that deep, right? But this is the thing. It's satire content, right? Right? Like, we all want to believe it. We all want to believe it's satire because even if it was real, it's kind of like, damn, like, the acting's so bad. So it's so cringy the entire time. You just want to chuckle. Like, she wants to laugh. There are so many moments where she just looks at the camera and smiles like, oh shit, this is dumb. But again, if it's supposed to be satire, like, it's funny. Okay, like, it's funny. If you're just doing satire content, like, I hate to keep saying this word and, like, honing it in, but this is why, okay? If it's supposed to be for a funny, it's just for a funny. Okay, like, that's the most simple way to put it. If you're doing this shit for a laugh and a giggle, you're getting the laughs and the giggles. And, like, it's not real. Like, she said it's scripted. She said she's an actress. Like, it is what it is. But then why, when you get backlash for getting into certain skits that you are creating for content, are we addressing it like there was truth behind? Like, no, I really thought my dad was cheating, but turns out he wasn't. And yeah, and when I found out he wasn't, I addressed it. It's kind of like, damn, like, don't bring things to the internet unless we're truly sure about it. Especially when you have such a large following, you have a platform. It just, it mixes weird, you know? But okay, I will address this better in a minute, but let's take a look at how she addressed some of these controversies by saying whatever the fuck she's trying to say.
Oh, she lied about being adopted. I thought I was adopted. When I found out I wasn't adopted, I told you guys, I'm not adopted. If I lied about being adopted, I would have stuck with the lie. I wished my dad happy Father's Day. Oh, so now you want to wish your dad happy Father's Day? Didn't you say he was cheating? Oh, sorry, let me just go abandon my father. My dad was married before my mother. He had a kid before meeting my mother. When I found this out, I thought my mom didn't know at the time. So to me, yes, that was cheating.
Like, okay, we'll talk about the adoption thing in a minute, but technically about the cheating thing, that would be kind of like iffy and on the fence because it's like, damn, you had a whole kid and was married before getting into this relationship and then getting married and having more kids. If that person didn't know and you still have ties with that family, oh, you know, it's a little bit murky there, but are we really going to be taking this shit to the internet, bro? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's a conversation for your home life, and even if it was, like, just something going on at home, and I don't know, I just feel like that's weird, right? Like, I just feel like that's weird to turn that into a skit, and also, I feel like what's bothering me the most is, like I said, if these are things that you feel like is going on, I just find it weird and very shifty to start automatically milking these moments for content and roping your family in and giving the internet the weirdest dynamic between your family with all these weird dramas and issues that you're publicly airing, and then turning around and being like, oh no, my bad, I actually did no research on that subject and I did not even ask the questions and I just jumped to conclusions and started following my dad around town and filming it for content. Like, that's just ah, I really dislike this channel. I do. Like, I've been the mom. Okay, she always makes it look like the mom doesn't approve of the guys that she likes or the guys that she's talking to, so the mom sets her up with, like, whatever she can, essentially, to, like, what the mom essentially approves of. But then she'll do these weird moments where she's like, oh, the guy that my mom picks kind of weird, like, he's shoving food in my mouth. Like, it's just weird, but again, it's acting, it's satire, and I think my nitpick there is that the acting's not even good. Okay? So I think that's my true nitpick for that one. Like, it's one thing to be like, oh, this is just satire content, but can we at least be, like, decent on the acting? Because you're like, oh, he shoved food in my mouth, and she's, like, shoving that shit herself. Oh, and here, you're on a date with someone your mom set you up with, but you already have a boyfriend. Look, okay, so this is a thing. Look, tries to, like, feed it to her right here, and she's like, oh, he shoved it in my mouth, but she clearly moved her. I don't know, it's just. And then she posted this filming a video in the middle of New York, and then this happened, and then literally this woman hits her like a fucking truck. Then she acts all like razzle-dazzled by the moment, and the lady just walks off, and she's like, oh, the eye contact was so strong. And then the woman comes back like, can I actually get your number? And it's just like, I don't know, like, the content's just, to me, it's so shifty. Honestly, the real reason why I'm doing this video right now is because I want to know. I have this theory, because I don't see a lot of people talking negatively about Lala TV, and I think it's mostly because, well, one, let me be so clear. Don't be negative all the time. Like, try to prioritize kindness. I'm not saying everybody needs something negative out there associated to them, like, but I'm just saying I'm shocked with how satire and over dramatized and fake her content is, that there isn't more people, like, you know, it's just, this isn't my cup of tea for an influencer. And, like, when I do, even the controversies that she has created for herself, there's so little being talked about, but the comment sections are absolutely crazy. And her platforms, from TikTok to YouTube to Instagram, they're so polar opposite almost in responses that she gets for her content in the comment sections. Look, what I'm trying to say is I'm just surprised more people are not talking about her, like, just to an extent. And I low-key feel like she has, like, some form of narcissistic personality, just because every video is about her being affected in some way, and then she's this hero in every story and situation, and it's just weird. But I have a theory that her content made about her is moderated or just copyright claimed or struck or something. So I wanted to test that with my channel, with my life. I'm just kidding. No, but I wanted to test that. I wanted to see what happens to this video. Is it going to get moderated? Is it going to get copyright struck? Is there going to be, like, a claim? I want to know, because I am curious as to if people just aren't able to really talk about her, if it's just not worth the hassle of creating the video, or if people just deadass aren't talking about her. So that's why I'm doing this today. This is a test, essentially.